Good morning, YouTube. It's a sparkling good day here in Texas this morning. I'm just on fire and on full of energy of every kind, and just feel it blowing everywhere. It's just a marvelous day. I mean, even the flowers and the trees seem like they've got extra energy this morning. It's just nice and warm. It's already 60 degrees this early in the morning, and it's going to be up around 75 today. It's just a marvelous, enjoyable time, and I'm just getting so much out of it, out of being alive right now and the things that are going on. I'm just so thankful for YouTube and for all of the wonderful teaching that's going on with different people like Tanya Love and others on YouTube, and for the opportunity I have of saying a few words every once in a while that are good. And I just so love and appreciate everybody, and I want to flow the love out into the audience, and flow the energy out, and help you if you have illnesses or sicknesses or anything, or if you or of any kind, or if you're depressed in any way, to lift you up in some way. That's the whole point of my life, to try to lift you up in some way, to help you heal you of some illness. And but it's just a marvelous day today, and I just feel the healing power and the energy all over. And so I'm going to have a nice cup of Columbia roast this morning. I'm going to use it as a going to brew it in my brew cup maker, Presto Maggio. Put it in there. Going to put the little cup in there. It's a little K cup. They come in little K cups like this, and I'm going to put it in the brew cup maker, and it just goes. It just snaps in like that. You know, you don't have to mess with grounds or anything. It just snaps in. And if you hear that snap, well, then you know that it's taken, and it's got the it's going to work out good. And so I'm going to do that, and then later on when I finish that cup later on this afternoon sometime, maybe I'll make a cup of this Type A Supreme, which is it's even handier. It's just in a little package like this, and you just pour your cup hot water, pour it in your cup. Uh, Tear that open, pour it in your cup, and then pour a little hot water over it, and you've got it made. So all those things are so good, and they're so tasty and so wonderful. And I'm going to have a nice breakfast with pancake and eggs and rice and other things. And so it's going to be a enjoyable, good time. And if it could get any better, well, it certainly I don't know that it could get any better. But I'm going to listen to Tanya Love and see what wonderful things she has to say. She always lifts me up and makes me feel better every day, every morning. That's the reason why I start off every morning listening to her. So we'll see what she has to say this morning. I know it's going to lift you up.
That's what we're going to kind of tap into today. But I'm going to read this confession that a guy on Facebook shared, and he'll keep him anonymous. But it's a man, and he says, "I have a confession to make. Once upon a time, not so long ago, I was guilty of fear-mongering. I didn't trust anyone and was positive that the Illuminati, religion, my skin, the government, Satan, and many haters were to blame for all of the bad things in my life. And who knows, maybe they have had something to do with how things have panned out. But after some time with myself, I've come to understand that I've chosen about 99.99% of my experiences. This realization came about 2 years ago, and that's where I began to face myself and to face my pain. And so I faced my pain that I covered up with false light and numbed with addictions and distractions. One of the greatest, if not greatest, gifts that we've been given by our Creator is that of free will. And unless someone has violated your free will, every one of your experiences has stemmed from your own choices. If you've had it rough, hearing this could be a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. And accepting the consequences of your choices is the first step to changing your experience. Is the relationship causing you grief? Is your job taking the life out of you? Hold on, I'm going to go to the next page. Okay, sorry, I had to change over because I cut it in half. Okay, so is your job taking the life out of you? Are your finances out of control? Are you depressed, etc., etc.? All of this stems from how you treat yourself. Treat yourself better, and your self-esteem will increase. As your self-esteem grows, so will your vibration. This is your life, and if you don't love yourself, no one else will do it for you. Life is about choices. There's no better one to make than choosing to love yourself. And I cannot agree with that more deeply. I feel like he nailed that. And I love how he says, like, as you, choose to love yourself more and as your self-esteem rises, so does your vibration. And that is so true. It's all about vibration. When we come back and remember everything's vibrational, laws of attraction are in effect at all times. So when we're loving ourselves, we're going to attract and draw in a higher vibration of humans and experiences that will show us love, show us honor. They will be gracious, generous, respectful. And what I've personally learned as Tanya Love is that as I decided that I would no longer tolerate abuse and I would no longer be treated like a doormat, I would no longer tolerate children that were disrespectful and, unappreciative and demanding. I would no longer let others walk all over me. I would no longer give everything away for free because I cared so much about others that I would put myself in a space where it didn't really, always serve me to be giving so much. And some of you listening, if you can really be honest today, I would really encourage you to check in with yourself on, am I giving too much of myself? Am I giving away all of my beauty, all of my, goodness, my money, my time, my energy? Am I giving it to everyone else except for myself? And if you are, really tune into why. If you can check in with yourself, why would I be doing that? Am I feeling love for myself, or do I feel like I need to get everybody's approval out there so that then I'll be good enough? Do I need everybody to think I'm awesome, and so I'm playing a popularity game and maybe hanging out with people that are not of integrity, sitting around gossiping, talking negative about people and not really having honor and integrity? And if I'm doing that, why am I doing that? And so a lot of what this man was sharing is like, we have to check in with ourselves and see, why are we living in these ways, and we're creating these distractions? We're, hurting ourselves and enslaving ourselves with addictive behavior. And if we're not really loving ourselves and we're doing this in a hopes to fill some void, I can promise you and save you all a lot of time that that path is never going to fill that void. I've listened to many celebrities talk about this. I've read many biographies of celebrities. I remember one in particular I think I've shared about before, Madonna, and I love Madonna, but she, lost her mom when she was a young child, and it drove her, and she had an amazing drive, and I feel like she's an amazing creative person, but it was all for that deep, burning desire to have people love her and approve of her, and she needed to be in the spotlight. She needed the attention on her 24/7, and it was really hard for her in relationships, and just no matter how much money she got, no matter how much fame she got, no matter how many lovers she had, it never satisfied that void. And some of you, if you can tune in, if you can relate on that, I encourage you to start tuning in now and, cultivating a practice of meditation and mindfulness. And it doesn't have to be this hard thing. We don't have to think, meditation means I have to be very disciplined and go and, chant certain things and I have to do it for so many hours a day. And I really feel like it's the opposite of that. And we can even approach our spiritual practices in a very addictive, dogmatic way that are really not beneficial. I feel like it's really about being playful and being free and being childlike and just simple and being still. And so no matter how that feels right for you, if you can start to give yourself permission to have that time to be still and present every day and to just tune in every moment as something's coming to you and it doesn't feel comfortable, and to tune in and ask what's going on inside of you. And so a common thing, this is something that I will just show you what I do. Let's say someone's lashing out and they're being really hateful to me, and I'm just like, whoo, what's that about? And I'm kind of processing it. And I walk away and I'm like, I'm going to go on a walk. And this is what I'll typically do. Go on a nature walk, or sometimes go take a hot salt bath. But I'll just kind of tap my heart and I'll just ask, like, what's going on inside of you? And what's going on, Tanya? What are you feeling inside? And so I'm not so worried about what all the stuff externally is about. What do they think about me? Why are they being mean to me? that's all just the energy that's coming at me to help me tune in. And so if I can tune in, what's going on inside? What are you feeling? And then maybe I'm like, I feel like I need to cry. And then I let myself cry, and I let myself release old energy or emotions connected with the person, or maybe it's not even the person itself that I have to deal with, but they triggered something that I need to release. And so if we can each get in the habit of tuning in the now, like immediately, I personally feel your highest priority is your self-love. And our highest priority is our alignment with our source. So if somebody's attacking you psychically, verbally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, your priority is not to go get really busy and go to work and pretend it didn't just happen. It's actually really important that we don't use all of our world life situation stuff as a distraction for the now. And whatever's coming in now, if we can just access that emotion and feel it and be very present with it, it's amazing how swift we can clear things, and we can really get to know ourselves better and help ourselves heal and come back and return to a place of self-love. And so I encourage you all to do this, to practice this more and be very mindful and present with yourselves in the now. I had something happen, and I'll just be very honest. I don't have the greatest relationship, or I should say, I love the people in my life, and not all humans in my life love me back in the way that I know I deserve to be. And from a divorce that I chose to leave, a 20-year marriage several years ago, I still have not had a great relationship with my biological daughter. And she just decided to contact me out of the blue and just lash out and just spew her venom. And it was very hurtful at the beginning. And I won't lie, I was like, what the hell's happening? But as I went and like, okay, I need to go and take a salt bath. I need to get away from my phone for a little bit and not read any of this poison. And I could tune in and kind of feel and process everything. And what would I like to say? Like, what is it I feel like my heart needs to say to this human? And what is going on with this human? And it helped me to process, like, this is a hurting human. And hurting humans, this is what you can all look into your own life, and you can challenge me on this if you disagree. But check into your lives and watch how hurting humans will lash out and they want to hurt humans. That is what they do. Hurting humans want to hurt other humans because they're hurting. And so if we get that, we can at least understand what they're doing. If we respond and just reactively get triggered by it, and we get into the, slandering with them and start throwing mud at each other, we start hurting. And that's really the pain body's goal, is I'm hurting and I want to wake up your inner pain body, and we're going to have a fiery feud, and we're just going to feed off each other and emotionally and energetically. And I would encourage you not to do that. It's not really a beneficial way to handle things. And so what I choose to do is I pull away, I access and process it, and then I feel, okay, this is a hurting human. Now, what is my response from love for myself and for this hurting human? What is the best way for me to interact? And so a lot of us, we have these situations. It's amazing how many moms I've talked to that are like, Tanya, I know exactly how you feel, girl. My daughter and I haven't talked for years, or my son and I had a falling out, and my kid's just taken from me the last time. And, a lot of parents, I don't know that they all even feel like they have somebody to talk to about this stuff. And there's so much belief system we have in our culture about what a mom should be or a dad should be. And it's bullshit. Like, there are things that I feel as a mother and as a father, we're to be for our children. We're to be guides for them. We're to help nurture them and help teach them and guide them. That's what I feel like we're here to do, and love them. But I am not, as a mother, here to be a doormat. I did for about 20 years of my life, and this is where my children learned that, oh, we can just treat her like this. So in a sense, when I left that marriage, these children, they don't know me as I am now. And some of you that are listening, maybe you've had a life change, a life transition where who you were at one time is not who you are today. And maybe you're also having people that can't see you fresh and clear in the now. And it's not because you're not worthy, and it's not because you don't deserve the love and respect, but it's really because they can't see you. They don't want to see you, and they're not choosing to see you. And if we can just understand that, it helps us stay in our alignment. I feel like it's helped me very much stay in my center, no matter who is throwing the mud, and I've had my share of people that have tossed their angry stones my way.